My father passed a month after I was drafted, almost a month to the day, so you can imagine I'm at the height. You know what I mean? I finally made it, and then one call, boom.
It happens every day to so many. Someone in your family dies, there are no plans in place, your family is left to not only grieve, but pick up the pieces. So today on Delmarva Live, we run down what steps you need to have in place for your financial foundation, just in case something does happen. Plus, if that something happens, you don't want to be alone.
When I walked into that room, it was the greatest shock because there was not a chair in that room. No one visited. There was no one.
We introduce you to two women who have made it their mission to make certain to show compassion when people need it the most.
Another Monday, another batch of fugitives. We need your help with today's Monday's Most Wanted.
Well, you've heard of child-proof. How about fraud-proof? Coming up, we're going to show you some key ways that you can keep your private information private. Your
phone rings. You look at your caller ID, and it takes you back a little bit. How is this possible? You're getting a phone call from your own number. Well, it's just the latest way scammers are trying to make a quick buck at your expense. We tell you how to get the upper hand.
Well, speaking of your phone, you need to plug it in, you need to charge it, and without a doubt, there is not one single spare outlet to be found. Angie Hicks from Angie's List shows us a growing trend that you may want to consider when it comes to you and your receptacles.
And the CBS reality show Survivor is now in its 29th season. So who has the right stuff to bring home the bragging rights and a prize of $1 million? You decide when we meet the competitors. Coming up, Delmarva Live starts right now. Good afternoon, I'm Lisa Bryant.
I'm Jimmy Hopple. Welcome to Delmarva Live from historic Studio D.
So yeah, we're like 5.5 hours. 5.5 hours left of summer because we start fall at exactly 10:29 tonight. Hello, Autumn.
Hello, Autumn.
We've been waiting all summer for you.
It's not that we're complaining. It hasn't been a bad summer.
No, it hasn't been. But you know what? I'm always excited for autumn when it does come because things get hot in the summer and you're like, oh, I'm looking forward to getting out the sweaters and all of that. So, and of course the pumpkin flavored everything.
That trumps anything else. I forget the autumn leaves and pumpkins. It's the pumpkin flavors.
Yeah.
It's going to be, if we can get the entire season to last like this week's going to be, it's going to be gorgeous.
Okay. Well, hey, organizers of the first Maryland Ironman are calling it a success. It happened this week, and of the 1,494 athletes who started the triathlon on Saturday in Cambridge, 1,380 completed the course.
Wow.
In the end, Matthew Bach of Summit, New Jersey was the first finisher, covering 140 miles in 8 hours, 51 minutes, and 19 seconds. Lauren Capone of Santa Barbara, California was the first woman to finish the race in 9 hours and 26 minutes. Can you believe that? The Ironman drew participants from 17 countries and 48 states, and it all happened here on Delmarva.
On Delmarva. Wow. Okay, didn't have all three, but there was the Bike to the Bay. Delaware that went on over the weekend, and they called it a success as well. Take a look here at Team Cowbell.
I like that name.
They were stopping in Milford at Lulu Ross Elementary School. Close to 2,000 bicyclists supported Delawareans with multiple sclerosis. Did you know in Delaware, more than 1,500 people have been diagnosed with MS? So that was a very good thing.
That was a good thing. And then there was the mud run that happened in Delaware. The mud run, Delaware mud, yeah, doesn't it look like fun? It's a 5K. It's a race with a boot camp style obstacles that have been surrounded by or consisting of mud. Now 100% of proceeds benefit the Leukemia Research Foundation of Delaware. Showers all around.
Showers all around. And gosh, wait, it's not over yet. The Chester River Crab Chase is coming up this Saturday. It's a 5K run and walk at Wilmer Park. It's in Chestertown. Registration starts at 8 o'clock in the morning. The chase itself starts at 9 o'clock. Prizes are going to be awarded in several categories to both male and female race winners. Here's a picture of last year's winners. The registration fee, $25. You get a souvenir shirt and a pamper station at the conclusion of the chase.
I like the sound of that.
Yeah, all that's included in your registration fee. Proceeds help benefit local Alzheimer's care. If you want to learn more, you can go to our website, wboc.com.
How about that? Do you get to actually chase a crab?
I guess you could. Well, they have one as a
mascot. Because I could probably beat a crab. Now, if you like
Probably
to fish for rock, there's a meeting you want to know about. DNR is hosting a meeting on the Atlantic States Marine Fisheries Commission's proposals to cut back on the harvest of striped bass. Now, the main decision among the options presented is whether to reduce the harvest in 1 year, which would require a 25% cutback, or spread it across 3 years. Now, that meeting will be held from 6 to 9 p.m. Thursday in the Kent Humanities Building at Chesapeake College's Y Mills campus. So if you're passionate about your rockfish, you want to attend that.
Okay, now we're talking about rockfish. I want to talk about sturgeon, Atlantic sturgeon specifically. I had this conversation with a dear friend of mine just a couple of weeks ago who said that he had caught a sturgeon in the Marshy Hope.
Okay.
And he went and talked to DNR about it, and they said, no, you didn't. He said, yes, I did. They said, no, you didn't. He said, yes, I did. The Maryland Department of Natural Resources is now reporting that 8 adult Atlantic sturgeon have been located, tagged, and released in the Marshy Hope Creek. Take a look here at Bill Harris holding up an Atlantic sturgeon. This one actually jumped into his boat while he and his friend were fishing the Marshy Hope. Nobody knows why they do that, but they do. Anyway, this is significant because it's the first time in more than 40 years that mature female sturgeon have been documented in Maryland upstream habitats.
So the bottom line is, yes, he did.
Yes, he did. Also, while we're talking animals, we got a bunch of animal stuff for you this afternoon. The Delmarva fox squirrel taken off the federal endangered species list. Thank you very much. This is the Delmarva fox squirrel, shore lore and legacy. The first group listed as endangered in 1967. That same year, the bald eagle and the American alligator were put on the list. Maryland Governor Martin O'Malley, Fish and Wildlife Service Director Dan Ash, and Senator Ben Cardin, there they all are. They were at the Dorchester County Blackwater National Wildlife Refuge for that announcement.
I got to ask you, do you like snakes?
Well, we had one.
Yeah.
I don't know if I liked it, but we had one.
So you're not like, oh, snake.
No, and I'm not like, ooh, a snake.
Yeah,
either,
okay.
so.
You're somewhere like, snake. Yeah. Well, the Titanoboa is coming to Delaware. Do you know what that is?
Titanoboa.
The Titanoboa.
There
I said
we go.
it wrong. Measuring 48 feet long and weighing in about 2,500 pounds. Titanoboa, the world's largest snake, was discovered at a fossil bed deep within Colombia. This monster predator is the star of the latest special exhibit at the Delaware Museum of Natural History in North Wilmington beginning this weekend. So you can go see that and you can be like, oh, a snake.
Yeah, no, this time around I'd probably go, ooh, a snake.
I'd be like, yeah.
That's as long as a bus.
It is.
Okay, are you in the market for a new car? If in case you are, please make sure that you get one with a sunroof. It's not for you. It's for your best friend.
No.
Get your little sun. Get your little sunroof puppy something to stick his head out of.
That's
You know,
so cute.
do you think he did that on purpose? Yes.
Yeah. That is so cute. And it's that type of smile many people have on their face today because we're just hours away. The series premiere of Gotham takes place at 8 tonight on our sister station, Fox 21. Later on Delmarva Life, we'll get a sneak peek and even hear from one of the series' main stars and why she's also pumped.
Needless to say, you will not be pumped if you find yourself the victim of a scam. And now crooks are using something called cell phone spoofing. You're going to find out what it means if you get a call from yourself.
Well, every time we turn around, it seems like there's another scam to worry about. That's why you can never be too careful. We'll also learn how to fraud-proof yourself.
Professional football player Rob Sims is protecting himself. Up next, he's going to share his emotional story and the one type of insurance that he says everyone should consider.
And no one should have to go through the hardest of times alone. You may have heard of a doula, someone who comforts women during childbirth. Well, now there are doulas for the dying. See how they're supporting others in a time of need. Delmarva Life, we'll be right back.
Delmarva Life is brought to you by Sussex County Federal Credit Union, guiding you to your financial future. Peninsula Regional Medical Center, honored to serve the entire Delmarva Peninsula since 1897. Your local York and LG dealers, and State Farm Insurance. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.